Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to my live little show here at the Jay Unleashed Call Her Mother podcast. This is Jay's happy hour, where I'm popping on and saying hello. We are trying to get rid of eye bags every step of the way, the best that we possibly can. I am live on TikTok, and I don't know if anyone can see it. I don't understand what's been happening on TikTok lately. Things aren't really being pushed or shown or anything. I'm so confused. Like, that's not even me saying like I'm getting low views. It's like no views. Like the last video I did was 0. So I'm like, why am I even posting? Again here too, like I think it's still live to no one, which is like really interesting. So I think TikTok was just recently bought or something. Who honestly truly knows? I was gonna come on here and do a quick reading for Donny, one of the Groom fam. Dog groomer reached out, wanted to do a reading, but not sponsored. Well, it is sponsored on my other. I think they did send these to me on my other channel. These Peter Thomas Roth under eye patches, you leave them on for like 2 hours and once they turn clear, remove them, and it really has changed the game for under eye baggage for real. So is anyone out here in the snowstorm right now? There's been a crazy amount of snow. The dogs are loving it. Luckily, hard pillow. Temperance. Okay, hi Temperance. Hello from Michigan. Hi, I am in Maine. Okay, and the Temperance card just flew out at me. I'm doing a general pull here of just vibes and energy. I am gonna at some point link up with Jane here, and Temperance usually represents kind of like balance. Everything's going good. You're supposed to leave for Miami today, no? Yeah, I mean, pulling this card too in the middle of this where everything can feel out of whack and out of balance too. It's just knowing, like, just trust in your higher being and higher self and know it's going to work out. Because it's like I feel like a lot of plants and stuff are like, there's a lot of places that are getting snow that's not used to getting snow. And that's pretty scary. Oh, nice to meet you officially. Everyone, we're on the podcast. Yes. I already did like the intro for it. And yeah, so this is Donny. And
hello.
And so yeah, so you reached out and you wanted to get a reading. So have you are you like spiritual at all? Have you been into card reading or tarot or anything?
So honestly, this is going to be my first tarot reading ever. I've always been intrigued by the I guess the mystic of it and like how accurate it can be. So I'm really curious to see what you pull up, and hopefully it doesn't scare me too much, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's all good things.
Yes. Yeah, so overall, so I did kind of like DM you and stuff, and like so I do, when I see people, I just see kind of colors. I realize later in life that when people look at people, they don't kind of just assign them with like a shade, like that's not a normal thing. And so I kind of started realizing and matching what it means when I see with people different colors. And to me, you're showing up as like a green yellow mix, mostly green shining a lot through to me. That represents like a state of like a new beginning, something new, but also can be like in your mindset too, also like something new. I also have under eye bags on right now that I'm promoting, so just I already talked about it.
I was like, you look like you're wearing like a sports jersey kind of with like translucent like eye black. I'm like, what's going on here? Is it is it because of the games that were on yesterday? You're like feeling your football self?
Yeah, so I feel like I had to give some context. So I was in the middle of like doing like trying out these eye patches, and then Jane was like, hey, can you do a reading? And I'm like, yes, I can. But yeah, so that's why I'm like just like this. But and this is just a Taylor Swift jersey. So I guess like she's part of football now, so I don't know.
She is, yeah, totally. Yeah, she's part of the Chiefs.
I am excited. I am excited that. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, okay. Temperance came out again. Oh, high balance. Okay, so temperance means like, so I'm getting pulling you right here. So like a state of you feel like balance, stability. This is like good. This I pulled a higher like major arcana card. So major arcana card, like, and do you know the difference between like major and minor arcana of the cards at all?
No idea.
And so the cards, there's like the suits, there's like the pentacles, swords, like stuff like wands, cups. Those are the minor arcana. Then the major arcana, like this one, temperance, that I just pulled. And this really represents more of your higher self, your higher being. Um,
Okay.
and this is showing me that you're kind of like getting towards where you want to be, like balanced and stable, because I'm getting like green color from you, and green color can like signify instability, which means like in a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to represent like physical instability, but like just like maybe in your mind, like you feel like unstable. But temperance, the card pulling here, means that you're kind of moving away from that. I don't know if you can relate to that at all. But.
No, big time. A little backstory. I'm a military veteran, and so I struggle with like mental battles all the time. The end of this last year was really rough for me. And so I finally got on a good medication, and I'm like kind of refocusing myself into a more internal understanding and realization of myself. So that kind of lines up perfectly with the timing.
Yes. Okay, yeah, that does match up. And then yeah, so that's where I'm getting like the green and yellow. I feel like your undercore, your base color is like a yellow. And yellow people are like really like caring and loving, but also can put on like a shell sometimes. And then the green means like going through like a transition and stuff. So like it's almost like so that's kind of what I'm just seeing right now. And I think you're more but also like yellow people and like lighter colored people are really connected to the other side a lot, to death. If you have like weird feelings and stuff, you guys can be like harbingers of death sometimes, which is really cool.
Ugh,
um
all this.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so lean into that intuition, and that like when you're just sitting there and you're just randomly getting, do you just randomly get anxiety like out of nowhere? And
All the time.
so like sometimes like yes, that can come from like PTSD and stuff like that. I pulled judgment reverse, so it feels like that's what I'm pulling. There can be some like past trauma, past like unfairness, like judgments that weren't right or whatever, and like stuff that can like hold you back mentally. But sometimes that I can feel, I think that's like spirit coming through when you're feeling random bouts of anxiety. And so kind of really just like focus into that and kind of like sit with yourself, meditate maybe, and just be like, what is this? Why am I feeling like this? And really focus on it, and you might find yourself getting messages.
Okay.
um and then I also pulled. All right, I pulled 8. Okay, so then I pulled 8 of cups. So the cups. So really interesting. I pulled 2 major arcana cards right off the bat, or my major, yeah, major arcana cards, which means your higher self, your being. So in like it's literally temperance, which is like balance and stuff, where you're saying that you're feeling like you are now, and then like
Okay.
judgment reverse, where you don't feel balanced and you feel like out of whack and stuff. So I pulled those 2. So it's kind of like that's like your inner conflict. That's like your main like higher self right now. Then we go down into cups. Cups is more about like your relationships, your kind of what fills you, your emotions, your cups. This feels like to me that you are like starting to build up relationships. Maybe there's past relationships that were rocky and now they're like you're building them back up. This it's literally showing you like building like a pyramid of these cups. Um
Okay.
and but also it's saying too like that you've learned to walk away from bad relationships, that relationships that weren't suiting you anymore, and like or that this card's telling you like you need to. So there might be like pay attention to where you're putting your energy, where you're filling your cups and stuff. Maybe there could have been a sudden shift in relationships, or this is a warning of maybe there should be. Can you relate to that at
Okay.
all? Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. All right. Oh, okay. And then I pulled 8 of Wands. So then like so I first pulled 8 of Cups and 8 of Wands. So 8 of Wands. So Wands is like the fire suit. This is your passions, your desires. Um, it feels like you have a lot of goals that you kind of it, like to me this represents like right here, like these are all your ideas, you're firing them off all at once. Those are just like, I just want to do, I have so much stuff I want to do and I'm just going like so full force into like so many passions, ideas. And then like the magician, and then the magician card pulled up here, this is another major arcana, so this is like your higher being self being, this can represent you feeling like maybe I don't deserve it. Like it can be tricking yourself, there's like illusions, you can like be a magician in your own mind of like creating boundaries in your head and stuff and being like, oh, I don't know if I should do this, or like, do I even deserve this, am I worthy of that? Like those kind of thoughts can like happen a lot, where I'm pulling strength in reversed as well, which is self-doubt a lot. So there's a lot of like self-doubt and like, but you're also like, you're like growing and you're like but you're like you're like, I'm getting balanced, I know what I'm doing, I'm building up my relationships, but it's almost like you have so much, you want to be 100% before you're there. You're like, I want to be at the finish line, and you're like with some things just starting. Can you
Hmm.
relate to that?
Oh my god, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you can talk to Jane about that. Like, her and
yeah,
I literally just had like a 30-minute conversation about this very topic, and
mhm.
so it's really funny that you pulled those cards and you're getting such a heavy feel for that, because that's literally my biggest struggle right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
yeah. The biggest struggle of, yeah, and almost like there could be, yeah. So then I just pulled Seven of Cups. So Seven of Cups is like endless possibility. There's like but also it can be like you can get lost in like, do you have ADHD? Um
Undiagnosed, but you know what? I wouldn't put it past me. I
so
probably do.
probably so, like, do you get
Yeah.
distracted a lot? Like set up goals that you don't necessarily finish a lot, and then get really
So
shameful about that?
yes, yes and no. I feel like I'm spread really thin, so like a lot of things get
Yes.
thrown at me, and so it's easy to,
Yeah.
kind of put something aside and then remember it later on. I wouldn't say that I don't finish things. I feel like I do get a lot of things finished. It just may be delayed. You know what I mean? Because I get
Yeah.
pulled in so many directions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I'm not, yeah, I don't really like feel that. It's more of like, it's like you have like self-doubt, but not from like, for you like will succeed and go like, but I could have succeeded better. Like it's like, or you'll finish
Okay.
something, but I should have finished that better. Then I pulled the Hanged Man, and ooh, and then like Four of Swords reverse. So then we pulled the first like swords card here. Yes. So swords is, this is like the air sign. This is represents your thoughts, your like ego and like the main world, like your um kind of what your like mental status here, and it can like, or your this can kind of feel like your thoughts just feel a little like scattered a lot. So I mean that's where I was getting like the ADHD thing, and like you're not sure, like you have like all these ideas and like which ones to actually like really focus on and put enough energy in. And then I pulled the Hanged Man reverse. And so the Hangman reverse is, this is you are in light, like the Hangman right side up is kind of being at a place of like stall and not knowing what to do and kind of like pause and like, but in reverse, this means like you're kind of coming out. Maybe there was, and now you're kind of coming out of that. And like there was like, maybe there was something where you didn't want to like pull the trigger on doing, but like maybe you just did, and you kind of feel in free fall about it. Like, was there like any big decisions recently?
I feel like I'm still in the midst of some big decisions. As far as recent ones, not really. Not that I can think of right now. But I'll bet you later tonight I'll be thinking on it, and it'll just be like an epiphany. Like, oh my gosh, how did I
Yeah.
not think of that?
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. So I mean, if there's anything that you kind of like feel in like free fall about, or like out of control in some way, um, you can just know like your higher self is kind of like it's gonna it's gonna like work itself out. Yeah, if you kind of that yeah. So that's where like the self doubt. So I'm just getting like, there's like, if there's any like self doubt ever coming in, just kind of like remember that it's just kind of illusions. It's in your head. Those are just thoughts.
yeah.
It's not reality.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
then
Good to know.
oh yeah, so then I pulled here. So now I'm kind of getting into like where we could like going it's like a little bit further. Um not even like farther than like this year probably. Like 2026, I would say. This is like the wands. I pulled another wand, which is like your desire, and this is so I'm like going like in order of them. It's so funny. I started at like 7, now we're up to like 9 of wands. So here is like all of your idea, like all of your passions, all of your ideas are like building up, building up. And so this is kind of like maybe it's a little too much. Like this is like meaning like there might be a little you might start to feel like there's like a little bit too much on your shoulder. And then I pulled like reverse King of Pentacles, and Pentacles, this first time we got Pentacle pull here, is the earth sign. This represents like wealth, abundance, but it represents just kind of like us in the physical world, what we have, like we not just money but skills, like family, just anything that we like claim to have, like to own, I guess.
So
To
like treasures, but like whatever that may mean to you.
Yeah, skills, like anything like that. And so and then so the King of Pentacles means like that you are like happy and set, and you're like definitely where you are, or like where you want to be. This is like whatever like fills your soul, you're full. And then in reverse means that you're not there yet. That like I think one of the passions in here, like, or some of the passions in here are gonna get you to where you want to be, but you might just be spread a little too thin to get there right now. And and then I have like 2, and then 2 of Pentacles reversed after that. And then 2 of Pentacles reverse means that like it drops down to just 2 of them. And like right side up, this is kind of like a juggling balance. This kind of feels like you don't feel respected. You don't feel like, and reverse to me kind of feels like you're gonna move on past that. You're gonna figure out where to properly put your energy, and to make sure that you're not putting energy into things that aren't necessarily gonna pan out, or that you're not fully like invested in as well. And and then here, so then I pulled the world. So then the world and the Emperor reverse. So then the world and Emperor reversed is like you're finding out that the world that you envisioned, or kind of that like like you had like kind of fantasy ideas and expectations of the world and where you wanted to be, and you're realizing like it's not exactly what it is, like what I thought it was going to be. But so that's where the Emperor in reverse kind of feels like, wait, like this is my life, like wait, I kind of feel like this shouldn't be like the outcome of, because like the world is kind of where your whole being. And the Emperor is like and Emperor reverse is like you sometimes feel like, no, this isn't where I should be. But then you just have to I pulled the 6 of Swords, and 6 of Swords is realizing that you sometimes feel like alone and isolated in your thoughts, and kind of be like, I'm only going through this, and I'm like, it's almost like I'm the piece of shit at the center of the universe. like like you're like, I suck, but also like it's being like kind of being self-deprecating like sometimes with your thoughts, but realizing like you got to jump out of those thoughts, and that this Ace of Cups, King of Knights, and that where you're gotta kind of accept your new reality, and you're gonna this is like a new beginning of like your emotions and relationships and identity, and being like, okay, this is where we are now. If things feel if and instead of like I guess like instead of fighting things a lot in your head, which I feel like you might be doing sometimes, is just going along with your passions. And then I pulled here 6 of Wands. And then and then I pulled here, like I feel like I'm ending here on 6 of Wands, and this is you on your chariot with your desires, holding up the one you love strong. This is you like being celebrated for your strengths, and you're not too much. You chose you chose properly where to put your energies, and you are happy. Okay. All right. Do you relate to any of that while I collect my thoughts here?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's literally as you're going through those, I'm like picturing the year roll out in the order of what I'm kind of hoping it for or hoping it does, and it's kind of making sense to me. I mean, it's definitely giving me answers to what I need to put energy towards. I feel like because it's not just telling me I'm gonna have successes, but it's telling me the ones that matter most are gonna be the ones that I, ultimately I'm gonna achieve, and so I feel like that's really helpful to know. So,
Yeah.
man, that's crazy. That's really crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's where I'm really pulling, and so that's where I kind of feel like where I'm getting, like, the green, like, fresh start, new beginning. Because even if there isn't anything, like, very, like, new that's really happening right now, it's almost like your mindset is changing and, like, evolving, and I think you should lean towards this, like, way, and I think oh, showgirls, makeup appearance, my puppy.
Hi, showgirl.
And I
Hi.
and I think your like, higher self and stuff, like, knows where to go. Even, like, with, yeah, your response there, be like, "Yeah, I kinda know," and, but, yeah, it's also but we're like, us groomers really get caught in our head a lot and,
Oh my god.
just overthink things, and which is good. I mean, that's, like, a good superpower too, but sometimes we just have to know. Yeah.
I mean, imposter syndrome is real, and I feel like that's
Yes.
something that's stretched across this industry so much that people don't realize just how deep it goes and how high up it goes too.
Yeah.
And so that could be just, experiencing any kind of new like changes, stepping outside of your comfort zone, which, this year is going to bring a lot of. Like I have a lot of things set up and planned and I'm terrified, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's
Same.
just it's like skydiving. You just have to jump and just trust that the training you've had is gonna lead you to the end result that you want, and you're not just gonna plummet to the earth and fall and
Yeah.
die.
And that's where I got the hangman. Like, so this card just really represents where he feels like out of control and he's falling, but he also is enlightened. Like at the end of the day, he's like, no, but I know, like I'm gonna land on my feet.
Right.
And yeah, and then really ending here. And then yeah, and this to me, I pulled like 10 of swords here, which is kind of like your thoughts will be the death of you. And so this is like so you can think of like the swords representing that like can be thoughts like or overthinking and stuff, and that can represent that. Um
Okay. So just stop thinking so much is basically what it's saying.
yes, but thinking in the right way, like channeling your thoughts into good energy and being mindful of when thoughts are just thoughts. And I think like stopping the thoughts of like that ever when you know deep down that like, "Oh, I can do this," and then for whatever reason, a thought's like, "You shouldn't," be like, "No, actually, I should." Like, it's just like leaning more on I pulled the Chariot card right after that, which is Chariot card is like, that is your vehicle in the main world, like, you that is you how you represent and show yourself in the world. You're in the matrix, free will. If our mind is plugged into a machine, the Chariot card would represent what people see, the black trench coat on Neo. Injustice, pulled after that, is, that's just this card just signifies, again, where I first started with Temperance with you, which is really funny, which signifies, um, your higher self being balanced, and then I ended with Justice being your physical body self feeling in line in justice. So I think what I'm seeing here is that like your spiritual and physical self are starting to align, and you're kind of like on the pathway you want to be. I like that. But there's gonna be a lot of struggle still. Like there's like nothing comes easy, and I think you're realizing that. I think a lot of people realize that as we move on in life, that we're like when you get to the point like the stuff that you really always wanted and you're like I got it, but like it was like really hard, and by the time I got it I'm like this is it. That's kind of sometimes
Yeah.
people can feel that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I tell my kids, nothing in life worth having comes easy. Like you have to work hard for it if it's worth it to you. It's not just going to be handed to you.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, this year is going to have a lot of abundance. It's going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to be a lot of hard work too. And I just have to stay focused and not get sidetracked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what I
yeah,
see. But yeah, but I definitely think, yeah, like you can, and I like it's definitely in your cards for so much success here because I feel like when I'm channeling cards and if I'm looking like forward at all ever, like I'm seeing possible outcomes because like nothing's ever set in stone. Like it's a, I mean, it like it is in the way of like everything's already happened all at once, but we just are choosing how we experience it. It's very,
right.
it's very
No, absolutely. I
complicated.
mean, we've all got free will, and we can make choices. And the choices I make tomorrow could totally give me a whole new draw of cards, based off of what I do. So
Yeah,
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 okay,
yeah, yeah,
that's crazy, man.
yeah. I mean, I hope, yeah, this resonated with you because I'm just getting back into like channeling other people and doing like other things as well. But oh, and then I just pulled like, oh, this is one of my favorite cards actually, and Six of Pentacles. And so this means like to me, this represents community, this represents charity, this represents sharing the wealth. And so to me, it's that I that's a part of it as well as that we gotta like build together, especially in this dog grooming community. And I think that
Amen.
and that's a way for you that's a possible way for all of us when we join the community to like build our wealth and send our high priestess. So a high priestess is there can be many things. The high priestess can be like there can be mystery, there can be shade there, but to me I'm reading it right now as like empowerment and being a bad bitch. So basically,
Okay,
all groomers
okay,
just
okay.
need to be bad bitches. Is basically
I'll
what I'm
take
saying.
that. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. That card you pulled right before the six, was it Six of Pentacles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one actually almost got me teary eyed because that's like the root of why I do everything that I do.
Yeah.
My wife is my best friend, and my kids mean the world to me, and this grooming community is just so awesome. And literally, that's the fuel behind everything that I do, and I can't see myself moving in a direction that doesn't support it. Me sharing what I have with the people around me. So,
Yeah.
literally, that card, the fact that you pulled that card, really means the world to me. I'm really, really like, I'm really teary eyed about that. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I like this is like this. Yeah, I love that. I pulled this card the other week, channeling the dog community in general, and so I love that I pulled it again here because it's like it is what I think we need to lean towards is not like is being like more nice to people online, connecting online, not feeling like you're trying to be better in competition. It's more of that. It's and it's I also pulled like the Five of Pentacles, which is like yeah, like literally build it's this is helping those in need to me. It's literally pulling like those of like so it goes even like beyond just our community. Can like having goals of I think people don't realize how much that can also help people get out of their head, helping others. Like when you just like don't because like we're all like guilty of this where we're like constantly thinking like, oh, I suck, I messed that up, I gotta do that, gotta do this, and like we're just in our head all the time. Or I gotta work, I gotta do this. Like we're still it's just I. So like doing even like charity, helping others, going to seminars, doing stuff like that is really, I think, a powerful force that's gonna help drive all of us be successful.
Absolutely. Well, we are going to be hosting a lot of seminars in our salon this year. So everybody who
Yes.
follows me needs to watch out. We're going to have some
Yes.
names there. So I'm not going to name drop now, but no, that's another thing,
Yeah.
education and helping reach the community that way. So yeah, that's cool. I'm really happy.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. This was a really cool reading. Yeah, how's the seminar going over there? Do you guys have fun?
Oh my god, it's amazing. Well, you know Blake and you know Jane, obviously. So,
Yeah.
you get them in a room together. I mean, that's just bound for laughs and,
Yeah.
energy up the wazoo. So, no, it's a really cool seminar. What's funny is I didn't even know what the seminar was about until last night. And
Yeah.
we bought tickets like a month ago, 2 months ago. We
Yeah.
just came for the community, for the other groomers to meet and network,
Yeah.
and obviously Blake and Jane. And no, it turned out to be a really fun seminar. Learning Asian fusion, and that's always a fun topic because it's so
Yeah.
like it's like freelance, but it also has its rules and its like balance to it that you still need
Yeah.
to abide by. So, no, it was a very very cool one to attend.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's so yeah, I saw it was like they live streamed a little bit of it, so I saw a little bit of it and but it I love learning and how to like incorporate little things. Like I love just the little tips and tricks you can learn from seminars to incorporate into everyday things cuz obviously you're not going
Yes.
to be able to do Asian fusion on every of your clients, but being able to add like cute little like things here and there like to like just make our job more fun and like fight burnout and just kind of not the same thing over and over. But yeah.
Absolutely, and like you said, you're not gonna be able to apply it to every dog and every client, but when you do and you realize, "Oh my god, that's that trick I learned from Jane," or whatever, and then you're
Yeah.
like, "I get to do this and show my client what I learned," like, that's such an exciting moment, and then you get the
Yeah.
client excited about it too, because 'cause they're like, "Oh my gosh, my groomer actually gives a crap,"
Yeah.
and they get to wo do it on my dog, like, no, I think everybody should be going to seminars, even if you feel like you know everything about that class. Like, I either leave feeling like I learned something or it confirms something that I already did know, which are both equally important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just the reassurance that you're doing something the proper way or the correct way is worth, you can't put a price on that. So,
Yeah. Yeah, no, you really can. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, and it's also too I like going to seminars. It kind of rewires your like mindset too, and you start like think about things differently. And like when you're grooming, it kind of like sometimes we just need like that reset. And
absolutely.
yeah, and but yeah, so so I want to come and do like a seminar at your place. That'd be so fun. Like we should do like a
Oh my gosh.
live in person like podcast or something like that'd be like really fun to do. And so what is your handle here? And I'll add it in there for people to follow you.
So on Facebook, it's Donny Buckenmeyer, NCMG. And then you can also follow my wife if you want to follow like live content where she's
Yeah.
grooming and talking and singing to dogs and
Yeah.
all the live action stuff. It's Rita Michelle Buckenmeyer on
Yes.
Facebook as well. I got to promote her because we're a package deal.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, those are our two main ones. We're mainly on Facebook, but we do have an Instagram too.
Cool.
We have yeah, but Instagram, you can find those links on our Facebook, so I don't wanna drop too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't wanna stay here and go down the full list of everything, but Facebook is our main one, let me just say that.
Yeah, Facebook really has been popping off for like dog groomers and stuff. It's really fun to connect with all the people over there. And but yeah, I wanna and yeah, and I like connect I feel like a lot of dog groomers are like spiritual and a part of being better at our job too is realizing and being aware of our mental health and like realizing the energies we're giving off. So I think I like incorporating these like readings and everything, so that'll be cool.
Well, I mean, energy is 90% of our job as dog groomers, I feel like. Like, if
Yeah.
you have the wrong energy, you're not gonna get the results you want out of any dog, and it's just gonna trickle down into the rest of the salon and the rest of your dogs. So, I think that this is a huge part of the industry, so
Yeah.
keep doing what you're doing. I would love to see more of your tarot readings live and just on your podcast. So keep
Yeah.
doing it. And if you guys are interested, please have Jay read your tarot cards, even if that's not your thing. Give it a shot. It doesn't hurt to hear and see what he has to
Yeah.
say. I'm happy with what I got. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you are. And yeah, because it's just like it's the philosophical like advice from the cards, really. It can be applied to people if you don't even think if they're like seeing the future. It can really to me,
mhm.
that's why I always say these are possible outcomes. Like this is like you do this and this could happen. So um
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so also, yeah, thanks for coming on here. And yeah, we'll have to do this again and we can do another read and see how things have updated and if any of my fortunes have come true.
Yes, absolutely. And then I'll reach out about having you at our salon too.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Well, thank you,
Okay.
Jay, for having me on. All right.
All right. No problem.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Here. Sorry, I haven't been looking at the chat. I was locking in with the reading. Ooh, Meggles Taylor's version. You want a reading? Okay. Um, you host a dog groomer dating show. Yes, let's do a dog groomer dating show. Need a boy. Yeah, that would be so fun. I would love to do that. A dog groomer dating show would literally boost the house. I would watch. But yeah, I do want to get into more tarot readings in general. Because it just helps me. Okay. Meggles, are you still here with me? Okay. The Lover's Reverse. Are you in a relationship? Right to me, so like the okay. Let me just gather my thought. Have you been together, or is there something around like 10? Have you been together for like 10 years or something? Anything to do with 10? But the Lover's Reversed is this means that there's like kind of like a big choice, a big change, a big decision to be made, but not necessarily with your lover, but it can be just in general. You might be coming up with a decision that you're like, I need to make. Um, and I pulled the 10 of Cups so the 10 of Cups in reverse. So this represents the 10 of Cups to me is represents like a full fulfilled, like all your relationships are perfectly in sync. This in reverse can mean that some relationships right now can be kind of feel like out of sync, but relationships meaning any type of relationships, like workplace, um child, parent, like partner, anything like that. Then Five of Pentacles. So Five of Pentacles to me, this is the Earth suit. This represents kind of us in the real, like, material world. And Five of Pentacles is it's giving like to me it's giving helping someone who needs help. Like, there's you took someone in almost. It's almost like you, like, there's something like you took on this responsibility that you needed to like that you might feel like obligated to, or you don't feel obligated to, but like there's something that you are helping someone in need, or you might need to, with a decision. With decision. Oh, but then I pulled double Queen. And so Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. Queen of Swords represents like you are in control of your thoughts. You do not let people, like, you are opinionated. You are like, this is me. I stand my ground. Or at least that could simplify like someone you want to, like, or that's how you want to be. Queen of Wands is also like in your desires, your passions. Queen of Wands represents you doing exactly what you want to be. So to these to me is that, like, I don't know if this is like how you see yourself or how like you strive to see yourself, but you want to be. Like, it's like, these are, you're at the top of your game with like, I know my shit, and I know, like, you are very confident when it comes to your desires. Like how long are you, like, what do you do for a career? And then 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles reverse. Was there Was there something like big? Like, was there something big like change jobs recently, or like something your life was like change, like your everyday life? Then like suddenly the next day it was very different. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, all right. And you is this kind of like the one of those things that you can't stop like thinking about it, or like that moment? Me, okay. So then I felt. Do you like? So now I pulled the three of swords. So like, do you feel heartbroken? You were fired. Okay, all right. So you were fired. All right. So that pulls. So three of swords. Is your thought like you feel heartbroken. This is five of wands reversed. Five of wands reversed though is that like it was where you got fired from, was it really like crazy and hectic? And like does your even though you're fired, do you feel like more at peace somehow? Um okay. But yeah. Okay, so right now you're kind of like you're in the heat of your like grief over this. Like you're this I just pulled the five of cups. Yeah. Okay. So five of cups where this is like it's still in this is that yeah, you're still salty, like it's still holding in there. That corporate did that to me too. Like it's in there. Like I pull this card sometimes too. Like this is kind of like that like little side of you that like wants vengeance that just won't go away. Doesn't want to let it go. And I totally get that. Um so you're at a new salon. Are you currently like trying to learn anything new or do anything new? There's something about like you or you want to be a teacher. You want there's I got the Hierophant reverse, which is kind of like the guidance, the teacher, the knowledge, but in reverse. So that usually represents to me that you are seeking a teacher. Okay, you have a teacher. Okay, all right. So I pulled that here. So then the Empress card with that is saying like, go for it. I have a teacher in business. Wants to teach. Yeah. So the Empress here is like this is you being like your baddie self, and to go with that. So yes, I think you should whatever like always gaining knowledge is really good. Oh, okay, and then this is a good sign then. How are you and the husband? Good. As long as that's good, then this is a good sign. Oh, thank you. Pretty good overall. Okay, so then that's not about him. So this you would if this card was about him, you'd be like, "Girl, I'm almost at the door." But no, okay. So I pulled nine of swords reverse. So this means those like thoughts working on something of the course, but yeah. I mean, aren't we all? Aren't we all? This means that like this reverse, like it's like this person's literally up at night and like those swords represent your thoughts and they're just stabbing you and you can't sleep. Um, but it's reverse. So this to me means that you're getting out of it. Um, it means that you're getting out of those thoughts that are like driving you insane. These are almost dry. I think they're like almost ready to come off, which is really good. I do really like that for you. Okay. Wait, let me go for the whole pull here. Let me go. Are you an air sign? I don't know about that. I've been sleeping better the last few months than I have every year. Okay, that literally signifies that you've been getting better sleep. Fire. Interesting. Okay. I didn't pull much. I didn't pull much of the fire shit. I pulled a lot of windsuit. So you feel you're Leo. Wow. Okay. But you felt not like yourself lately, though. Like you haven't felt like your normal Leo self. Yeah, I mean, it could be. It could be. It's probably a lot of everything. It's going through change. I mean, you're grieving that time in your life from like that job. There's a lot of things. People process things weirdly, differently. So, but it basically this. I'm just seeing here that you are in your head a lot, and which is like totally fine. But that's not normally you. Normally you wouldn't overthink. Okay. Um. But I think there's gonna be like you sometimes get like lost in daydreaming, stuck in your head. But if there's like, but there's if there's like you're second guessing any decision of like something you want to do or something if that's holding you back, being stuck in your head at all. You get out of you can just do it. But then I pulled Page of Wand reverse, so which is there you go. There's your fire sign. And then King of Swords. So Page of Wands reverse. You I feel do you enjoy grooming more now at this salon? Are you reconnecting with your passion again? And you love it more? Okay, yeah. So for to me, so that seems like so you're like reconnecting back with it, and then like King of Swords reverse to me is also telling me that you're getting out of your head as much, like with what we've discussed, where like because King of if I saw like King of Swords upright, I would have been like you are deep in your head, but you're coming out of that. So that's really good. Okay, then let me see where I land us here. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. 6 of Cups. Okay, so yeah, so what I see here for I pulled another Queen, and Queen of Pentacles means that you're gonna upright. That I think that this is I think this was a good change overall. I pulled 6 of Swords, which kind of means like you still like are holding on to some of those thoughts, but you're kind of separating yourself from them a little bit. And then 6 of Cups reverse is to me like just remember to 6 of Cup reverse is like just sometimes lack of self-care. So just like remember like um to slow down a little bit, take care of yourself. But in the Queen of Pentacles that I pulled here is kind of that Queen of Pentacles represents like how you want to be presented to the world and is matching that. And so I feel like you are getting back to like your fire sign. And I have a trickle in my throat. I don't know. Are you sick? Is someone around you sick? Or that might be something else. I was channeling Dylan's great grandmother earlier. Queen of Okay. So yeah, so that's what I feel like. Yeah. Like overall the pull for you is that lean into, if you have any like second doubts of any like opportunity that's coming, like just go for it. And screw the people in the past, because the past sucks. The past has already happened. It's always happened. Now we just have to understand why it happened. Yes, getting back into your queen era. Okay. All right. Okay, I can do one more. Brooklyn, are you still here? Did you want a reading? Okay. Okay. All right. Did you lose something precious to you recently? Okay. Don't your own dog room. Okay. Okay, so then I pulled. Huh. So I pulled Seven of Pentacles reverse, which means like, so Seven of Pentacles upright is kind of like you building up like your wealth, but this is in reverse. So basically, that could represent you starting a new business. You're starting from the bottom, now you're here. That could be like the start of you building up your business. That could literally represent that. Okay. So in that sense, you lost your life before you were a business owner. Okay. And so are you in your head a lot of it? Let me see. I'm starting my own dog grooming business. I'm going through. Okay, so right now you're like you were in your head like crazy. Like you um are overthinking every step. But okay. Yeah. And it's I mean it's like it's hard not to think about it. Like it's so I pulled the 10 of swords here, and so that's just like in your like your these swords represent your thoughts, and the thoughts feel like actually crippling. But I pulled 9 of pentacles, so I pulled 9 of pentacles directly after that, and so it's like, but your how like but your day-to-day life though, like you do you feel like, are people, it's not like matching, it's almost like everyone's seeing on the outside that you're like your life's perfect or you're doing fine, but on the inside you're like, no, I'm actually dying. Mm. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So then I pulled Knight of Swords, so like so that could be the new business. Is the new business happening now? Um You're super stressed. Okay, is it like happening now? Something fast happening, like it's coming through, and you're like, okay, fuck, we're doing this. Okay. This feels out. So I pulled Knight of Swords, and then the Star reverse. So the Star reverse to me is like you're basically you're you think you're like telling yourself like I can't do this. Like you're like whoa, like you feel like you're not I'm not meant to do this. This is too much. Um, biting off more than you can chew. You can feel like that. 4 wands of pentacle or wands of pentacles. 4 of wands. Okay. Um, your desire. Okay, so that's interesting. So then there are you passions is you're like you're it's causing you to rethink things, constantly questioning everything. You're rethinking things. You're like rethinking passions, but then this is can also rethink everything. You're like, wait, like why should I even like with this person? Not saying that's happening to you, but that can be the 4 of wands reverse can just kind of be like rethinking your decisions and your passions. Oh, okay, but I got the devil reversed, the wheel of fortune reversed, the king of swords reversed. Okay, so So then I pulled like, so from that, um, but this, okay, so I think this is good. So I think so it's really happening really fast. It seems really scary right now. It seems like you're just questioning everything. You're like, wait, no, I shouldn't have done this, anything like that. So the devil reverse showed up here. The devil reversed. So the devil can, a lot of times people signify, your deepest, darkest desires, can like your sins and stuff like that, like the darkest part of you, your like addictions and stuff like that, um like being a procrastinator, or the bad. But I think this reverse means that whatever, if there was any type of addiction-y thing in your life, whether you adjacent anything like that, addiction doesn't mean like drug, can't, doesn't just mean drugs or alcohol. There can be love addiction, there can be like, there's so many, shopaholic, anything like that, something around there. Bad habits, you have a bad habit, food addiction, most people struggle with that. Hi, hello. Those habits, bad habits, are being rewired. Wheel of Fortune is like, you're not just sitting back. The Wheel of Fortune reversed is saying you're not just sitting back and you're not letting things happen anymore. You're not playing the victim anymore. Maybe in the past you might like could fall into victim mentality. We all do it. I do it too sometimes. And be like, oh, why does this happen to me? Instead, and like, but you're starting to rewire the brain and be like, instead of being like, why does this happen to me? Be like, how can I fix it? And that's where I'm getting King of Swords in reverse. And King of Swords in reverse, coming after that change means you're coming out of your head. So you're kind of starting to, I think you need to be like mindful with yourself when you have like thoughts. If you have like, if there's any type of like temptation or anything or something that comes back up where you're like, it's kind of like a something that you used to like would help soothe you and doesn't suit you anymore, something like that, where you go back to you feel like yourself going back to something, like you're in your head, just kind of be like mentally aware of that and be like, no, like be kind of see like, this is what's happening. I see what's happening, and that's just the devil trying to be upright. Oh, and then the moon reversed. I pulled next. The moon reversed means that you're breaking free from those false illusions in your head, breaking free from any like prisons that you've built up in your head, any false beliefs. And Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles means to me, then we're gonna have that's the business. I think the business is, you're gonna do well. You're gonna do well with the business, because then I pulled the Empress right after. And oh, you did? Thank you. Okay, so then I pulled Moon Reverse. You're breaking out of those. Knight of Pentacles means the business, it's gonna work. It's gonna take off. It's actually gonna do like really, you're gonna be like kind of overwhelmed at first. And you're gonna be like, why? What's happening? Why is it so busy? And then the Empress, you're gonna have to like, this is you, your higher being self at her most baddie. And you have to remember to take care of her first, like above everything. That the Empress, like, as long as she's being fed, then the rest of the everything else will fall into place, I think. Yes, baddie queen. Yes, and her queen era too. That's what I'm getting. Is like, because we're already there. You guys are already there. Is the thing, is that you're like, I pulled Empress for both of you. It's just the pesky little like upside down sword cards are just getting in there. They're just getting in our head. But you're already there. The world just wants to like trick us into thinking we're not badass. Like, we're not baddies. We are. And yeah. Ooh, but I feel that, oh wait, let me look over. I love doing this new thing where I kind of look at your cards and see if I can guess what sign you are. Okay. I'm getting I'm getting air. Are you air again? What are you? What sign are you? The other one, I thought you were air and you were fire. You're Okay, you're Sagittarius. Interesting. The same thing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that is a similar message, too. Yeah, 'cause I didn't pull much of that. So interesting. Okay. Well, this is really fun. I love coming on here doing tarot read. I wasn't planning on today. I was doing like skin stuff. And yeah, I'll be back. Oh, you're so welcome. And yeah, I'll be back. We can do this some more. We can just keep connecting. Aw, thanks so much. Yeah, this is really fun. I just love it. Okay. I'm gonna finish my Javi protein coffee. They're not sponsored, but I really wish they were. Sponsor.